Hi everybody, this is Tina with Rehash Designs. Hope everybody's doing well today. I am going to try and do a little kind of craft with me, craft and chat, and this would be our last installment of the fall journal because I need to get it done and move on. But I wanted to go ahead and just kind of do a few tags with you and then maybe show you some that I've already done. You know, making tags, ephemera, things for your journals can take quite a long time. And there's so many different things you can do. So I'm going to basically just kind of highlight a few things. And there's so many different ways you can do them. But I'm just going to show you a few things specific for this journal. And then I'll maybe show you a few things that I've done. Okay, so first off, I did want to tell you that I used on Artis Pax. I went ahead and I purchased her clusters kit, which this isn't all that. This is just a mixture of all of the different fall kits that I used. And her ephemera packs on it, and then also her cluster kit, but a lot of this is her fall cluster kit, and let me tell you, it has all kinds of stuff, and not just for fall. I mean, just a lot of cool stuff to use. And of course I cut it all out, and I have stuff, and I've already used a lot of it. This is just part of it, and I also cut it out. I did like a double the amount on everything. So anyway, but the cool thing is that even in her regular ephemera kits, which like I think a lot of this is, I had them all divided up into small and words and all kinds of stuff. You get all this really cool stuff, these labels, and I mean just all the kind of neat things that you would need to use to do clusters and stuff like that, because you know all these little pieces. So if you're kind of new to junk journaling and you're kind of overwhelmed with all the different things you might need or whatever, this is a great way to get started, is to buy her little cluster packs. I did another one too. This is her regular one, and this was I don't think I used anything from this on that, but I mean just look at all the stuff you get. It's really great to have all this. She's very thoughtful in the kind of things that she puts in there, because it's the kind of thing that you need when you're doing tags or clusters. And don't think of them just for clusters. This is the kind of stuff that I like to have when I'm, you know, doing tags and things. But anyway, and in case you guys, this is my storage that I do for whenever I cut up kits and stuff. I bought these on Amazon ages ago, and I looked for them. I couldn't find the exact ones, but they sell them in bulk, okay? And the cool thing about these is the storage is that they stack really well. So if you're looking for a storage thing for little things like that, and then it keeps all your little parts together. So anyway, that's what I use when I have a group of things like this. Anyway, we're going to use those, and what I just showed you, these are the leaves that we did. I didn't actually use that many of them, so we have all the leaves we cut out and that we did. And then also I cut out all the different tags, and I've already used a lot of them, but the different tags and pieces from all the kits and stuff like that. So you know, the important thing on this stuff is to sort through it, decide what you're going to use. Some of this stuff I'll embellish these, and then some of them I may leave that just the way it is and just back it. Like I kind of like these the way they are. So I may just like use those and maybe sew around it, or, you know, sometimes I'll add a little leaf, or maybe I'll put, you know, like a piece of a doily or something up here. Anyway, I'll leave these out and we'll talk about that in a minute. But the point is that this is my starting point for all of this, is that I go through these and I'll pick out tags. Maybe like, okay, for instance, oh, and also her cluster kit, it comes with little tags and things too. So it's not just clusters. So it really does have a lot in it. And this was from her fruits and milk. I can't medley or something. The best thing to do if you want to know what's what is to go to Artie Maze's Etsy shop and then just look at her fall kits, because she has quite a few of them. I think I'm mainly only using 3 here and her cluster kit. So, but anyway, I like to use the ones if they have a little bit of decoration on that too, and then even the ones that have stuff, you'll see what I do with them. But for the most part, I go through and I pick out which ones I might want to use. I loved using these for clusters and things too. But anyway, so I pick out the plain ones. I pick out what I'm going to use. And I start to decide, well, what am I going to do with that? And am I going to, you know, add things to it, or, you know, leave it the same, or whatever. I picked this out because I thought, well, this would be kind of cool. This is just kind of a plain one. I don't remember which kit it came from, but she has several like this in both kits. This is just some coffee dyed paper, and I'll take this. I love this owl. I thought, well, I wanted to put the owl on there, but I wanted it to pop a little bit. So maybe I'll just put that in there. And then I found this autumn, and I thought, well, that would be cute just like that. I think that makes a really cute little, you know, journaling card, just that. So, I mean, I go through and I just pick out things, and the one thing that I've noticed that I love to do is just sit there and take all day deciding. But if you want to get a journal done, it doesn't work. So I kind of challenge myself sometimes just to not spend too much time making up my mind, because I will take forever. I'm going to need to put a new thing on there because it's starting to crumble. But anyway, I ink all that up. Let's see, I probably need to ink that up too. And I will just start gluing. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I have not done any crafting today. I just now got in my craft room. I was running around doing errands today. A cool kind of blue in here, and made it in the 70s, which hasn't been for ages, so it was very comfortable to go running around. And so we're starting to get fall, where I know some of y'all have been there. So anyway, I thought I better hurry up and get this journal done before it's winter. Anyway, yeah. Let me go ahead and put these. So I will normally just start gluing and making and not thinking a lot about it. I think I put that on a little bit crooked. Either that or I cut it crooked. Oh, well, it's just going to stay that way because it's on there now. And I don't try not to think too much about this, because it will drive you crazy if you start really, you know, like that needs to go down just a tiny bit. There we go. And I did put that on pretty. Oh, I think I just cut it crooked. Oh, well. Let's see. I don't know if I can change that right now. Just a little bit. That's better. And then I'm going to put that on top. Right there. And I want to put a little thing in there. I might put a tab on that. I think that's what I might do. She gives you a lot in the kit, but I do not think that I've cut them out yet. So anyway, I had a very relaxing afternoon. I went and had a pedicure and manicure, and these are my real nails. My other ones, my fake nails, I've decided I'm going to quit doing those for a little while because they tear up your old nails, you know, when you have to sand them down to put them on. So I had them file my regular nails down. I don't really bite my nails. They're just super flimsy. So I've been taking some collagen, and I'm hoping that I can get them to grow. I've done it before. I have very flimsy nails, so I do know that the different collagen works differently, and oh, here we go. I knew there were some tabs in there. See, there's all these. I could put one of those on there. Let's see here. Anyway, so I haven't done that for ages. I haven't gone and just relaxed and not worried about anything and just kind of, so it was just a fun day. And my husband was home just watching sports and stuff on TV, and he doesn't mind because he knows I do not want to sit there and watch sports, so it's not my thing. But he helped me out today and did some vacuuming and stuff like that, which was kind of fun. I have very bad allergies, and this time of year it's really hard for me to do vacuuming and stuff like that because what happens is dust bothers me, which normally I can handle it, you know, but what happens is between the mountain cedar and the dust. Okay, see, so I'm going to put that on there. You know, it just kind of, it gets to me, and I can't, if I do both, it just, oh, I'm just a mess. So he was really sweet and did that for me, and he changed the filters and the air conditioning and all that, and hopefully it'll help because, man, I get bad this time of year. It's just so bad for me. I don't know. I have allergies all year, but fall is real. I love the weather. I love the leaves change, all that stuff. But boy, I know when fall comes, I'm going to be hurting because it gets to me. So I think that's really cute. That took no time. Let's see. I got another one here. I put all this stuff in little baggies just so that I would remember what was what, because I knew that I would likely forget what I had put together. All right, let's see here. So I'm just gonna make some tags, and y'all can watch or not watch or do whatever you want to do, but I like that, but I kind of want that to pop a little bit more. So what if I take, do I have anything up here? Let's see what I have. I don't want to do that. Let's see. This is just some paper bag. What if I just use that? Just use that. I just want something to make it pop a little bit. Yeah, I think I like that, but I'm going to tear it. Well, I think I should cut that though, make it thinner though first. Go like that, and I'm going to go like, I might have done it too much, but we shall see. All right. Let's see. Because I want the faux, I'm not stitching around these. She has like the faux stitching around the sides. A lot of times I do, but when it has that, a lot of times I don't. So, especially if I'm making a lot of them, I like that look. It comes in handy. I have like a rubber stamp too that does that, and I do that sometimes. I did that a little crooked, but that's okay. We don't want it perfect. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And I have darker brown paper too. I could use that, but I think this will work. But anyway, so when I'm doing my tags, I just really try and do just get everything that I need out in front of me. The other thing I'll show you, I bought these at the dollar store. I love these. I put my words, my labels, all kinds of stuff, all that kind of stuff in these little containers, and I have them right next to me. They stack on top of each other. They're not hard to open. And that way, if I want to use something like that, I can just grab it real quick, and I'll have all that right in front of me. I have my ink and my little, this is a iPhone box that I put this little non-slip stuff in it, and I have my stressing tool and my dabber and my little thing, and I'll have that all sitting right next to me, and I just kind of mass make what I need. Now I will say this, I am not a very good mass maker, like just generic, you know, to have on hand. I almost always make everything for specific journal or journals. I don't normally make them just generically. I don't know why. It would probably be very helpful for me if I did do it that way. But I almost always just do it for specific journals. I don't ever do it ahead of time. Just kind of, for me, it's kind of custom. It's just like I don't know. So I have this comes with one of the kits that I showed you, and I'm going to put that down there because it picks up in the color that's in here. And then I have this, it's one of the sayings, the fall sayings, and I'm going to put that there. I don't know if we're going to have room for that. Let's see, we might not. I think that looks cool though. And I think I'm going to put a tab on top of that one too, but I don't know which one. Did I want to use one of the ones that I just pulled? I don't know. I think, you know what, a plain one would look good. I have a bunch already cut out that I use all the time. And this is just out of craft paper. I do this, I cut these out all the time. I do have a whale tail punch. That was my Christmas present last year, or was it my birthday? My birthday is January 7th, so I can't remember. Anyway, it was one of the two, because my husband asked me what I wanted. Do you want to go out to dinner? And I said, well, to be perfectly honest, I want something that I wouldn't normally get, because it was really ridiculous price. I don't even want to tell you, but it was not cheap. And I got it on eBay, and you're even lucky to find it on eBay now, no matter what the price. But anyway, I found one, and it was sitting there, and I knew it wouldn't last. So I told him, well, that's what I really want. He said, okay. So whenever I have extra scrap paper, that's what I do, is I cut out a bunch of them. So anyway, that's what I do. So one thing, you know, I do use it a lot, and you know, we're all entitled to have an extravagance now here and there, and my husband likes when I tell him what I want, because that way he feels like he's off the hook, you know. he doesn't have to figure it out on his own. So I don't know what I'm going to ask for this year. I really don't. The year before, I got my scanning cut, because that's what I wanted, and that's what I used to cut out all this stuff, most of it, because when you're cutting out a lot, it helps. And I've heard people say that, you know, they don't really like it, it's hard to use, and it does take some getting used to, and depending upon what you're cutting out, the images, you know, it doesn't always cut out all that great, but that has more to do with the image than it does the scan and cut, whether it can clearly see the lines, etc. And I do have to say that Andrea's digitals on her fussy cuts, she's pretty good about putting them in there so that they can be cut out. And I think that you know, I think she's very cognizant of that. So and I pay attention to that too when I buy digitals now, because especially on fussy cuts and stuff, because, you know, if I don't think my scanning cut's going to cut it out, I may not even buy it, because I just, you know, I want to be able to use it for that. Anyway, so this is a way, when you go and you get all this stuff in a kit, you know, to just, what you're doing is you're customizing all of the stuff inside there, and you're making it your own. You're making pages your own when you add stuff to them, and, you know, so there's another one. I think that's cute. And, you know, you could always add like a dangle or something to that too. But look, see, so we made two really easily. And I have all these, and I don't even remember what I put the stuff in here. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them, because I'm sitting here looking at this going, gosh, I don't remember what the heck I was going to do with it. I put it in these little plastic baggies. I use baggies all the time when I'm going to do stuff for you. Now, if it's just me, I don't do that. But if I'm going to make something with you, then I think, well, okay, I'm not going to remember when it comes time. Like, I have no clue what I was going to do with this. Absolutely no clue. So maybe something like that. Maybe I was going to do that. All right. So why do I have this here? Was I going to do something with that maybe? Yeah, maybe I was. Maybe I was going to do that. All right, well, let's just do that, because I have no idea what I was going to do. I have no idea. So, yeah, I mean, I love to just take stuff out. I could do this all night. I mean, that's part of the reason why whenever I do a journal, it is just loaded with stuff, because this is the part I absolutely love, is making all these ephemera and tags and stuff like that, just because it's, to me, I find it very relaxing. Oh, I just lost my new beginnings. There we go. So, you know, I tend to just make too much. I need to start putting some of the stuff aside and just save it for another day. I never have pre-made stuff whenever I do a journal, so that is probably why it takes me forever to do a journal sometimes, because I just make everything from start to finish. I mean, I have not. The only thing I would say that I do ahead of time is I will coffee dye things. You know, I'll just coffee dye, you know, whatever. But that's it. I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't really ever have, and if I do stuff ahead, it's just for you guys to show you things. Am I putting that under, putting it over? Right? Am I doing it up like that? And let me tell you my rationale. This has some blue in here and the red and everything. And I think it picks up the colors in this. I'm not putting it on top. I'm doing it like that. And then I will put this. I like to have when I have a lot of square things, I like to have a round or oval thing in there. And I'm putting that there. I could put a label there or something, but I kind of want to put that offset like that because it balances this to me. And that's what my thinking is in that. So I'm going to do that. I don't even know if that's what I originally was going to do when I pulled that out. I did these, and what I did is I just grabbed things quickly and stuck them in a bag and then said, okay, so that might work. And I figured I have all these things next to me, so if it turns out I don't like it, that's okay too. I can always change it. And I'm not sewing on these mainly because it has the sewing around it, but also I wanted to try and do things that were quick. And then these tags did come with one of the fall kits, so she usually always gives you some plain tags in there, but don't think that you can't use some that are already printed on, or you have to use them just the way they are. And I'll show you some of those too, just to give you ideas. But I'm mainly, you know, these videos on this beginner's journal thing is mainly for just to give people ideas that are kind of new to junk journaling, but that doesn't mean you won't get something out of it if you're, you know, maybe I might put a little saying on there. Maybe I might do that. I don't know what the smallest size is in here. She has so many of these cool little sayings in here. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see. I already put that down. Oh yeah, I think I like that better. Let me see. All right. Yeah, this seemed like it was too small. Well, I don't know. All right, I'm going to put that aside. I think I am going to use this. Try not to think about it too much. I feel like it needs a little black on there too, though. Let me see. I have these pieces of black. Is that going to be too much? Sometimes I wonder if there's a smaller size. I don't remember. I do not remember. No, I guess that's the smallest size. Well. This is just a label. It doesn't really have anything on it. I don't know. I feel like now this is too much if I put that on there. See, I probably should have put this round thing here and then that over there. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. Let me think. Could do that, and then some little scissors here. Trying to mimic the little cutout there. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think I like that better. We will do that. Okay. I gotta stop. See, I'm thinking too much. So, anyway, this is the kind of thing I do, and I will do this until I feel like I have enough to put in there, which usually is more than enough. Put that, here. And maybe I will put, let me see what I have to put in the corner. I feel like it needs something else up here. No, not on that side. So I have this little number. It's funny how little touches of black to me tend to ground the whole thing. It's just really weird. I'm not sure why. It just does. I don't know. I found these little numbers and these little things that you put on there. It just kind of makes it sometimes, you know. I mean, I'm sure it would have been fine without it, but somehow it's the whole thing to me looks balanced, I guess is what the word I'm trying to use. And that's why I always keep like some black cardstock, because I just know that I might need that. And I think I'm going to do another tab on that. I'm going to do another craft paper one, because I like how it looks with this touch of brown. You know, just to, I don't know, it just takes it up a notch. I'm not sure. You know, when I watch people and they do things and I think, wow, you know, that makes sense, you know, and it's just hard for me to explain why I think the little bits and pieces go together. It's just a look. I don't, you know, I don't have any hard and fast rules, although I will tell you that usually you have to have three things that are kind of a focal point, or three things on it. I know I can mix flowers and flowers together really well, even though these aren't even the same, but you had the blue here, the blue there. I know I put some black there. I knew that the round, you have round up here and round down here, plus this counts, okay? But you have three square, you have square things on. I don't know. They have to balance out. I'm not really sure exactly. I just know that somehow if you have too many square things or too many round things or too many rectangle things, it doesn't work. You kind of have to mix it up a little bit, and that tends to make it work a little bit better. The other thing I kind of wanted to show you guys, to me, move all this stuff over, because what happens when I start working is I'll pile all this stuff up and then I'll have like no room to work after a while. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's a tag. This is beautiful, and just the way it is, it would be absolutely fine. But don't be afraid to put things on it and customize it, because honestly, that's what they're there for, you know. Like this, I love this background, but at the same time, I love that too. And look how well that this mushroom goes with those colors. And this is from her cluster kit, okay? And that's what's so cool about getting her fall kits. She uses the same colors throughout her fall kits, so that when you mix and match them, they go together well. Now see, this was from her cluster kit. I don't know. This is from her, I think it's from her Fruit Autumn Medley kit or something. And so, and that's from the cluster kit. Let me think. I think that's from the cluster kit. So what I think I'm going to do, I don't know if I'm going to use that or not. I don't think I am. But let's just say, I don't remember what I was going to do with that, to be honest with you. So we're just going to figure it out together. If you have one that, you know, like I said, you could back this, because it's I have it on card, but I don't have it on thick card because usually I back all these, and I'll do that later on the ones that need to be backed. But the other thing you have to realize is I'm putting more card because I cut out all my little pieces on card, kind of a lightweight, and that way when you put them on there they become thicker because you're going to wind up with all that. Yeah, I think that I'm not going to use that. I have no idea what I was going to do with that. I think I was going to put this somewhere up here and put this down here. Yeah. But I don't know if I'm going to do that. We'll see. So on this one, I don't have any black or dark colors or bright colors, so I want to keep it kind of soft. So I'm going to use this, but I'm not going to add any a lot of color to it. But what I do want to do is I have some of this stuff, and this is, what is it called? I don't know. It's just like, you know, the packaging that you get when you I bought the cantaloupes, the little thing. But anyway, I like the orange in this, and I thought it would be cool if I use that. I don't know if I use it on this one or not. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I need a decent sized piece to do what I want to do. So I like to add texture, and I'm not really covering up the pattern behind there, and it's not 100% straight, but if I put that on there, and then I put that, and I put that, right? I think that would look really cool. I'm going to put that up a little higher, and then maybe I will put this on that side, and this underneath it, or kind of cat a corner like that, and I think that would look good. Okay, so in order to do this, I'm going to stretch it out a little bit, and I probably will sew on this. But we'll see, because it doesn't have the stitch marks on it, but I'm probably not going to do it right now. And I'm going to use my 3-in-1 because it tends to work better with any kind of material and stuff. It just grabs quicker. It's not that I can't use my other stuff, but it's just that it does grab a little bit quicker. I'm going to do that just to keep this down. And I don't care if it's on there, you know, straight. I'm not necessarily going for that. Let me get a wipe, just in case I need it. So I'm just going to add a little texture to it, and I'm going to put this down. Okay, because it's going through that. And I'm going to put it up fairly high, but I'm paying attention to this because I am going to punch something through there. And I'm going to wipe off the excess glue in just a minute. Okay, did I ink that too? I think I did. No, maybe I didn't. Thought I did. Yeah, that's one thing that I do too, is I make sure I ink everything before I lay it all down. You can do it after, but not easy. So then I will put this in there. And I want a little bit of the orange showing through, not a lot. Okay. And now I'm going to pull up the extra glue. Yep, there we go. And hold that down. And that will take up all the extra glue. Let that sit there for a second. extra glue off of there. And then, oh, I didn't ink these yet. Put these down. Yeah, adding texture a lot of times it can be just a little thing, but it really does can't be clogged that quick, can it? Maybe it can. I don't know. Shouldn't be. It is clogged a little bit. That's weird. I love this fine tip, but it does get clogged pretty easily, so you have to always remember to put your pin in there. So I'm going to put, am I putting this on that side? Yeah, I think, or that side. Yeah, maybe I'll put it on that side. That means I have to put this underneath it. Let me get this. There we go. It's coming out a little better now. My hand's kind of cramping up here. So I want this kind of at an angle. There we go. A little down, a little bit more up there. I really want it up a little bit more. Just enough so I can sew around it. Now I have them both crooked. Okay, so that is how I would do that, and then I probably would back it. One thing that I always do is I constantly keep papers when I have misprints all the time, which happens an awful lot. And so I keep those. And so I always have tons and tons and tons of stuff that I can use to back my tags. Yeah, so I always have tons of scrap paper that I use to back up my tags. And this is actually some not real thick cardstock, so that's why I don't do it on very thick cardstock, because I usually, you know, end up backing them up anyway with something, and I don't want it too thick, so because that starts to add up in your journal. You want it, you know, your bigger tags to be thicker, but you don't want them to be too thick. Okay, so we're going to try not to cut off this part right here, right? So I backed it, and I usually, after I back it, is when I put my my little thing in there. So then I will do that. Yeah, adding texture, whether it be like a piece of lace or trim or whatever, can really just, you know, just take your tag to a whole new level. It doesn't take that much to do it. I mean, that's just some extra little thing that I had. Now, I probably will sew around this later, but just by itself, and then maybe just put like I have this kind of burlappy type orange stuff that I have. I don't even know. I got it at the dollar store. I'll put that in there. It's orange. Kind of the same color as that little piece there. And then look at that, guys. That is a cool looking little tag. And we didn't do much to it, right? That was just using, I don't know, whatever that thing's called, right? So, and you have, I don't know, symmetry going on there, I think. So anyway, here's some tags. These are what we made really quickly. Let me see if there's time to do any more. I don't know if I have anything else. Well, I think that's good. I just kind of want to go over a few things too that you may want to think about. Okay, I'm going to show you some other ones that I did. Just to give you an idea. Okay, this was, these were things I got at the dollar store. This is like a little leaf, burlap leaf, and I bought some other ones, and I just put those on there with a little butterfly and this little thing. And what I'll do is I'll glue this kind of like a pocket around the bottom and the sides, and then you'll have this room right in here, and you can just tuck something in there. So there you go. Here's another one that I did, and this is a different burlap leaf with a butterfly. I put a little bit of, this is just a scrap piece of this netting from some lace. I have two other little silk leaves on there, and the way I'll do this is I'll put some glue on top and then make a little top tuck, or maybe I could put glue on the bottom, make a bottom tuck. But in any case, that would look really pretty on a page just as is. This is just like a little snippet that I made. I have this little sunflower. I just took a scrap piece of lace and a piece of material and trim, and this is just on one of these little, I'll have to show you these. These come in her kit also, on her cluster kit, and you can't really see what's underneath it, but I mean you can see part of it. And so what you do is you just put some glue on two sides, and then you have a little tuck spot right there. I made a little journal, and this is just out of some pieces that came in the kit, and I kind of glued them together so it makes the inside part of it here, right? And then I just stapled some pages in there, some coffee dyed pages. I decorated a little bit with our leaves, put a little bit of fabric or ribbon on the outside, and tied it with this little thing here, and made a little journal. So here's some other cards that I made, and again, we have rectangle or square things, and then some round things, and I consider a butterfly part of like a round thing. It's the shape of them with that. And this was one that is already printed, already had a picture on it, but I added that, and I think it worked together with a little just some lace on top. Here's one that, again, you have the black here and then the black down here. This is just, these all came in a kit, and you go, okay, well, what am I going to do with this little stamp thing? Well, this had sunflowers, this had sunflowers, and it just worked. And then I put a little ribbon on it. Okay, here's one where I have the big butterfly, and if you notice, I count that as round, and then here's another round thing, and then you have the square thing, and it's just the mixing of them. Somehow it works. Okay, you have a lot of black up here, then you have black down here, and that's what kind of makes it kind of work, I think. Here's another one that I did, another one that was printed, and I just put the little owl here, and so I have two rectangle here, another one here, and then I put a round thing, and then I count this as a round thing. Okay, so that's why it kind of works, and this color is down here and up here, and I think that's how it blends together. Here's another one that I did, has a little butterfly on the bottom, and you've got your sunflower there, but you've got your brown here and your brown there, and you've got a little black here and a little black there, and there's some black in here, and I think that's why it balances out. Here's one that had you know, very little to it other than I just put this up there, and I thought it went really well with this oval. This is just a different shape so that you have kind of three rectangles, but having the little labels, that's what makes the difference, is putting the different things in there. Again, this was already printed, so this kind of blended really well. The background helps make this tag look better. Okay, so this is a double tag here, and on this one, the one on top, I just put 2 pieces on there. The tag itself was one of them that came in the kit, one of the smaller ones that was already printed on, but I thought it had some of the same color in there with the owl, so I thought that went really well. And on the one underneath, all I did is, again, it was printed, but it was similar to the one on top, but not the same. The butterfly was already, it's printed on there. So all I did is I added this label on the bottom with this limited edition, and to offset that on top, I just put this little saying, and I put it on some black card. And so it took this tag rather than just using it plain, and it made it more custom, just like this made it more custom, and then I put the two together. This is just a postcard that came in there that's plain, and all it had was these stamps on it, but the background is already, you know, distressed or whatever for you. So then I just took 2 things to put on there and kind of offset them, and I put a bigger butterfly there, and then I put just some, a piece of old, just a torn piece of lace on there underneath it, just to give it some texture. So this is just a little postcard that came in the kit, and it had like a little butterfly here and a pear behind it, but I went ahead and just put another little flower down here. I put one of the little stamp things here with a number 4, and then I put a saying up here, but I backed it with some black, so you have the black here and here, and then I put a little bit of piece of doily up here with just some leaves, so that it just gave it some texture. Okay, this is something that I did. Now, I put the little the number plate down here, and then I put the little metal, whatever those things are called. I can't think of what they are right now, but that gives it texture. Okay, along with your the torn material on top, and you've got that up there. And then these two kind of offset each other, and I think these two offset each other. And this was just on a plain tag, okay? And I put a little label there, and I think that works with each other. And then you've got a little bit of kind of a yellow lace that kind of matches that underneath the butterfly. This one, I think it works really well just because I've got the orange behind here, and this was actually, I think it had something on there. I don't remember what it was. There's a picture underneath there, but I covered it with one of the little black little frame type things that come in the cluster kit. Put the owl on there, and then I have a label down here, and it mimics the colors that are up in there, and I put the black down here and the black over there, and I have this little pumpkin what do you call it, ribbon on top that I have that has similar colors in it, and I think that's what makes that work. This one, I used just a torn piece of fabric, and it had this pretty little bird, and I decided I was just going to put this on top. This was an already printed card. It already had this on it, all the other stuff in the background. And I did that, and it looked kind of blank over here, so I found this little flower, and it kind of works because that one looks like it's in the distance. That's there. This is a little stamp, and it has similar colors, I think, as that's in the bird. And this is a similar shape, so that's down there and that's down there. You've got a round piece up here that mimics up here, and then you've got the black and the black. And of course, then we have this, and that mimics the colors that are in here. So, and then here's the last one. This just has a little frame that I put on top. I put one of the little flowers on top with, this is just a piece of scrap lace that I put on there that gives it texture, but you can still see through it. And then I put this flower on, and a little butterfly and the little round again with the square, and I think that's what makes it work with this little lace trim. So anyway, that's kind of what kind of things that I do. I also will use the pockets, and I haven't done any of these yet, but for instance, here's some pockets that came with it. I would put this what I always do on those is I pretty much always, if I can get it out, I almost always use my scoreboard on this, and I just take it and I use it to, if I can find my little scoring tool, maybe. Yeah, here it is. And I just take it and I will go ahead and, you know, score these lines just so that it's easier to fold. This one's just not going down there, is it? Okay, there we go. And I do that, and I will usually do that on all four sides, and any of the lines that you get, you know, here. Just makes it easier to fold when you're putting it in there. And I usually almost always put trim on there. I will take little things that I get from here. For instance, maybe I'll put that on there. Maybe I'll put a little label with it. Maybe I'll put, oh, I don't know. Let's see. No, you just have to kind of play around with it. Find things that you like to put in there. There's so many different things. Like here, this would look cute on there. I mean, you could just put a couple things on there because it's already so busy. And that would make just a really cute little pocket. And you're still making it, you know, what you're doing at that point is you're still making it custom. And that's what I want to say. When you use digital kits, that's what makes everything, I don't know, I mean, that's what makes it, I think, makes it your own, is by taking what you're given and then taking it to the next level. So just have to think, okay, so you've done that. And let me see if I can find just one leaf that might work better. You could take that and put it on there. I don't want to put orange on orange. Let's see what else we have here. I don't know. And I'm doing this very quickly. You guys, you would take your time and find things that you want to put on there. Here we go. So let's just say we take a little bit of lace, and I don't like it cut straight. Let's just say we put that on there, and then we could put that, and then we could put that, and that to me looks cool. It looks better than just putting it on there the way it is. And we haven't really done that much to it. Right? Just ink it up. Put a little bit of glue on there. And make it more custom just by doing little things like that. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be elaborate. All right. And that's all I did. And to me, that just looks cool. You don't have to do that much to it to make it look customized, okay? And I do that. I mean, I'll do it like on this one. Let's say I want to put that in there. And I don't know. Like that could look cool on there. And then maybe I put a saying on there, right? Or maybe we take some of the leaves that we made. Just gosh, we have enough of them. I made tons. Let's see here. I don't know. I did make a lot. Just say, for instance, you do something like that, right? This says leaves, how beautiful they show. Okay. show us the process of change. Now see, that's appropriate. So I'm not going to put that in my thing right now, but I'm going to go on the line. But anyway, there's just little things that you can do. Okay, so we would do that. And let's just say we want to put a little bit of lace under that too. I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on this. I'll put this glue on. I could get a smaller one of those because I have them in different sizes. But I want a certain color, so I don't know. I do want the orange though. That would look good. But anyway, I mean, there's just so much that you can do to really just make it look, you know, your own without having to put forth a lot of effort. I think I'll put that one right in the middle. How about that? Or maybe over here more. Right. We're going to put that right there. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to do this, so I want you to see how quickly you can put stuff together and really customize your journal and not, you know what I think I'm going to do on that? I think I'm going to put a little bit of lace behind it because I have it. How big a piece do I need? And I don't cut things perfect on purpose, so let me see if that looks good or maybe not. Do I want it crooked? Yeah, I think I kind of do. So anyway, I do like to just go ahead and let's see, do I want it that way? Yeah, I think I do. All right. So that, and you could even take some lace or something and put that, maybe some trim. You could put that on top right here. Have that going across the top. Let's see how that would look. See which way that's going to go. You know, just to give it that customized, you know, look that you went through and made it special. So just look at that. I mean, that to me, you've just taken it up a notch just by doing that. All right, well, that's pretty much all I have to show you guys. I will be doing a flip through on this in the next day or two, and you will see the finished product. But I just want to give you some ideas on some fun things that you can do to customize your journal and make it your own. All right, take care. I'll see y'all next time.